for the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have lost 7 home playoff games in a row. Hard to believe. Rookie Brevin Knight, Wesley Person at guard, another rookie, Cedric Henderson, up front with Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who is a rookie, and Shawn Kemp, who has been the big weapon for the Cavaliers. The officials are Dan Crawford, Ted Bernhardt, and Derek Stafford. Underway for Game 3 here in Cleveland, with the Pacers needing 1 to move on.
Now, Cleveland has had a lot of success in screen and rolls, and also with Ilgauskas and Kemp down low, posting up in the painted areas.
Here is Kemp, and he is guarded by Rick Smits, and Kemp goes strong to the hoop, and Shawn Kemp averaging 26 a game. And as Hubie mentioned, the game-high scoring leader on Saturday with 27, with an impressive 13 of 16 free throw shooting game. Reggie Miller gets it in low to Smith. Knight doubles, leaving Jackson open. Good ball movement by the Pacers. Rick Smits, however, misses from the baseline.
Well, Smits and Miller both are struggling with their shot at 38 and 39%.
Here's Wesley Person, and the crowd would have dearly loved not to mention Wesley Person experience as well. And remember, Brevin Knight picked up 2 early fouls in Game 1, which took him out of the game. Ilgauskas fires it up, gets a second shot and scores. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, and it's 4-1. Cavaliers.
You have to keep Kemp and Ilgauskas off the board. They both are averaging 4 offensive boards because they're running, Indiana's running big people to trap. Big man, leaving the Cavs open.
Reggie Miller, 36% shooting, despite the fact that he leads the Pacers at 18.5 a game. Ties the score.
Yeah, well, Reggie's up to his old stuff. When he's not shooting from outside, he's gotten to the line 9 attempts a game at the foul line.
Kemp from the corner. Shawn Kemp hitting his second basket of the game. Kemp told his team, I've been part of a club that was up 2 and blew a series, and that was back in '94 with Seattle, when Denver shocked the Sonics after losing the first 2 games. Here is Rick Smits on the screen and spot up, and the score now is even at 6. Wide open is Henderson, and he hits. So Cedric Henderson
getting the rebound.
Here's Reggie Miller for 3, and the rebound taken down by Dale Davis. Davis then goes strong to the hoop and try to force the pass to Smith. Here's Knight, 4-on-2 break for the Cavaliers, and Brevin Knight lays it in.
He needed that. I'm happy for him. You like to see him get off to a good start, and you'd like to see Wesley Person do something other than take a 3-point shot.
As you pointed out, when the 3 isn't there for Miller, he'll go to the line. Not so for Wesley Person. Here is Mark Jackson, who left Brevin Knight on the floor, and Miller hitting a 3 for the Pacers the second half. But you can do that with veterans. Inside to Dale Davis, guarded by Kemp. Davis with a turnaround and a nice touch by Davis.
Now they're going to him a lot.
Smith has yet to be a weapon for the Pacers, and he throws the ball away into the hands of Person. So here come the Cavaliers, who are looking to regain the lead with nearly 5.5 to go in the first quarter.
Nice.
Ilgauskas with the short jumper, and Ilgauskas has 4. So Kemp and Ilgauskas.
And he not only made it, that is a tough shot. That's about 6 feet away and no backboard to bank it in.
Jackson goes out to Smits, who hits. So Rick Smits putting the Pacers back in front by 1. Jackson already has 5 assists. And Mark Jackson averaging nearly 11 assists in the 2 games thus far. So he's picking up where he left off. Kemp looking for Ilgauskas. Henderson guarded by Mullen. Mullen doing a good job defensively, which he had been shaky a lot of times during the year. Ilgauskas with a hook shot, a windmill hook at the buzzer.
He's got it all. He's got the power game. He can hook with either hand. He gets down in there. He's excellent on the offensive glass and a very good foul shooter.
Smits left open again hits, and you cannot leave Rick Smits open. He won in the NBA and made more this year, really coming up small at that area this playoff. 15-14, Indiana leading with exactly 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jackson is guarded now by Cedric Henderson on the switch. And Knight comes down, 5-on-2.
Nice.
And there it is, Shawn Kemp, as they finish the break. 6 for Kemp, And a back-and-forth game we have with the Cavaliers leading again by one.
A smart decision. There was no way that the guard was going to defend Kemp if he took it strong, and that's what happened. Good decision.
Dale Davis backing in against Shawn Kemp, and he gets the lay-in. So Dale Davis with his second basket. And there's the Pacers with a 3-point lead, 19-16. But more important, Brevin Knight with 2 personal fouls. Derek Anderson has replaced him into the lineup for the Cavaliers, and it looks like Shawn Kemp is playing like a man possessed.
That Anderson is going to run this club, and it's rather new to him, so you can't expect the same type of half-court execution.
Rick Smits with a good offensive first quarter. Anderson defending against Mark Jackson has more size, but of course the experience is still the same against the veteran who's played 10 years, having a great series as Mark Jackson. And here is Rick Smits. Rick Smits now, so with 1:10 to go, the Indiana Pacers taking control in the first quarter, and the Cavaliers will have to come up and respond.
Well, this is a typical game.
Miller from Rose.
A typical quarter. They played 8 quarters.
Derek McKee replaces Rick Smits, who had a terrific first quarter. Jackson working his way around Anderson. Antonio Davis misses. And Derek Anderson with a 4-on-3 situation for the Cavaliers, and Cedric Henderson takes it home. The basket counts and a foul.
About 7 feet, 8 feet down.
Antonio Davis with the personal. Kemp on the miss, and he converts. And all of a sudden, it is a 5-point game. 27-22 as Indiana plays for the last shot of this quarter. So a flurry by the Cavaliers. And the running game, which you never saw in Cleveland the last few seasons under Mike Fratello, but this is a new up-tempo style that they began this year. Time running down, and the buzzer sounds. But Indiana, with Rick Smits and Reggie Miller, 2 players who have struggled so far this year, have accounted for 21 of Indiana's 27 points. And at the end of the first quarter here at the Gund Arena in Cleveland, the Pacers looking to close out the Cavs, lead Cleveland by a score of 27-22. Here they're in the playoffs.
Only played 7 guys, rotated their people, did an excellent job when the pressure was on.
Jalen Rose guarded by Person. And there's McKee with a good move. McKee can fool you.
Outside.
Here's McKee again, air ball.
You got to get it out. You got to push. You got to keep pushing here.
Derek Anderson. Person is yet to get on track from threes. He's hit the only 2 3-point baskets the Cavaliers have in the series. But Topico with a turnaround, and so the big guy finally scores. Sura has seen action only in game number 1, guarding Jalen Rose. Kemp now is still in the game. Antonio Davis blocked, and McKee gets the basket. Not the way they drew it up on the blackboard.
To the point. And you've got to understand that that's what makes point guards. That they can get the ball to the people when they're open, especially at playoff time.
Derek Anderson with a move to the basket. 2-2 in the regular season, and the Pacers winning the first 2 at home in this first round. Anderson finds Potapico. Nice feed to Ilgauskas, slapped away by Travis Best.
Great play by Travis Best. That was a sensational play.
He couldn't have anticipated that better. Smits in the low post against Ilgauskas. Trying to keep him away from the real low post, and Rick Smits having a big shooting first half.
Then getting his shoulder into the chest of Ilgauskas, knocking him back, then taking the shot.
Brevin Knight gets the screen, finds an open space.
There you go.
And Brevin Knight, 4 points, one of the rare jump shots hit by the Cavalier guards so far tonight.
Now this place is supposedly a morgue. Tonight, the fans are really into this game.
It would wake up the dead, no question about that. Smits again, and he is on fire. 7-9 from the field.
And at this end, you're going to watch, you know what, he's going to give him his move. See, there's your bump. And as he knocks him back just a little bit, well, you say, yeah, it's only a little bit. But that's what gets the shot off over a guy who's 7'3" with long arms.
Jalen Rose hits from the perimeter. First points tonight for Rose as Mark Jackson has replaced Travis Best at point guard. The Pacers lead by 4. Shawn Kemp comes back in for the Cavaliers, posting up against Dale Davis. And Davis doing a good job against Kemp. Well, not that good.
Well, you cannot front Kemp.
Quarter. yet to score here in the second with nearly 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
This looks like high screen and roll, and then they are in the corners looking for a three.
Anderson trying to beat his man off the dribble. Kemp with the basket. Despite the low pass, Sean.
With this group out on the floor, when Cleveland gets the ball, they got to fast break and get some easy baskets. Because you continue to go half court, you're going to have the turnovers because you're asking a point to do a lot.
Rose goes right around Cedric Henderson and beats him. 4 points for Jalen Rose, who kept the Pacers in the game in the first half of Saturday's game 2. A game in which the Cavaliers at one point had a 17-point lead. Here is Kemp driving to the basket. Shawn Kemp puts the Cavaliers up by 2 with nearly a half a minute to go and a half.
Well, I tell you, the Rain Man might have had an up and down season during the year over 82 games, but in games 1, 2, and 3 in this series, he has stepped up real big.
Well, he's been there before with the Seattle Sonics that put in the NBA Finals 2 years ago. Here is Mark Jackson beating Dale Davis, and Davis puts it in to tie it up. 12.6 to go, and the Cavaliers will be looking for the lead at intermission.
How about the pass? How about that pass off the double team? Right on the money.
Eric Anderson with the jumper, hits 1.3, and the Cavaliers are up. Anderson is a spark off the bench with 10 points and 4 assists.
Oh, he fouled him. What a bad play. Oh, my goodness. A shorter distance. It's got to be a catch and a shot.
Well, he caught him, and Rose with the southpaw fling off the glass. But the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are down by 5 at the half, will take a lead as we get set for the Nike halftime report. A preview of the game coming up here on TNT between the Suns and the Spurs. Ike Austin, the Clippers, will join Kenny Smith and our man Ernie Johnson in the studio from Atlanta, coming all in the first quarter. So Mark Jackson, along with Chris Mullin, Reggie Miller, Rick Smits, and Dale Davis for the Pacers. Ilgauskas guarding Smits, and he starts off the second half with his 18th point of the game in all 82 games this year. We're tied at 45 early in the third.
Anytime you get a rookie that can give you 10 points and shoot 48%,
we got a good one. 4 rookies in all. Building one up. They were 27 and 14. And here is Henderson. Puts it through on a great pass inside from Ilgauskas.
Big hanger for Reggie.
And here is Rick Smits. Short with it, and Brevin Knight pushing it up. It's a 3-on-2 break. And here is Henderson, lays it in. And now the Cavaliers lead by 5. It's their biggest lead of the game.
Dick, it's there for them. It's been there all night long. And as long as Brevin can stay in this half and put on the afterburners, they're going to pick up some easy baskets in transition.
And Smits is shoved by Ilgauskas, who has a few words.
Leg, that's the call.
That is only the first team foul against Cleveland here in this third quarter. Pacers already have 4. And we have a lot of time remaining, 7:35 in the third. Here's Mark Jackson finding Mullin. Mullin for 3. He's got it. Chris Mullin, who is brilliant in game 1. You can be heavily favored, drop the first 2 and come back and win. And now he's trying to do it in reverse. Trying to be the underdog, down 2-0 and win. Mark Jackson going in strong against Brevin Knight. Fine play by Mark Jackson. And believe it or not, is only his first points of the game. Henderson comes right back. The tip missed by Potapico, who has come in, replacing Ilgauskas. And Indiana down by 1, looking for a chance to take the lead.
Well, that was just a quick sideline play. Unfortunate for Henderson that he couldn't send it down.
And UB Knight picks up his third right here. Cavaliers, the Pacers already over the limit. And Mark Jackson wants to get Brevin Knight in more foul trouble, it appears. Smith pops out over Potapico. And Rick Smith now with 20 points. We have had 10 lead changes in this game. Mark Jackson with a great steal, anticipating the pass from Anderson.
Great look.
Reggie Miller lays it in and caught the Cavaliers napping down court.
Well, a bad pass by Anderson. That was a careless play, and unfortunately for them, the one guy who can make the play is right there in your picture. He picks up the loose ball right down the floor, right on the money to Reggie. Now just keep an eye. He's surveying, and there it is. And now this is a nice catch. And look, watch, little fake, get him out of there, put it up easy.
Mike Fratello's here, one of your guys.
Yes, one of my guys. Great guy, great city. I'm very proud to be here.
Let's go back to Dick and UB.
Flurry under the basket. And here comes a 3-on-1 break. Jackson feeding Chris Mullen. Basket by Mullen.
Isn't it incredible? When you miss the easy play, they score in a hurry. Roley was a great high school coach in Jersey and Massachusetts. Got into college basketball. Chuck Daly's assistant at Penn. He went from there to Villanova to Vegas, and now here at Cleveland State.
And I think
one of the really, truly great players that we had in the NBA. At Milwaukee, they gambled also.
that was a gamble that they won. Here's a turnover. And it was Henderson tonight.
You gotta hit it.
He listened to you, Hubie.
You can't pick up. See, if you pick up there, Dick, then you've got to hit the shot if they run away from you for your confidence.
Tied at 59, and they wish Wesley Person had that kind of confidence in the series. He doesn't. And they're going to have a shoving foul. Ace here in the third quarter of Game 3 here at Gund Arena. Cavaliers looking to keep the home court, which is the team that's been at home, has won every game this year between these two. 5 on the shot clock. Ilgauskas working against Dale Davis. Baseline turnaround. Goes at the buzzer, and we're tied at 61.
That's power and score a lot of easy baskets.
Keep in mind, Smits and Dale Davis each with 4 personal fouls, as does Antonio Davis have 4. So Indiana's big people in foul trouble. Dale Davis feeding McKee, misses the reverse layup. And let's see, over the top.
Yeah, good call.
It'll be Cleveland's ball with 14.8. Cleveland led by 2 at the half after trailing by 5 at the end of the first quarter.
Now you've got to go at Kemp. I know McKee is a good defender, but you've got to. Oh, good.
Travis Best on the block.
That's unfortunate.
With 3.3 will send Brevin Knight to the strike. The NBA in steals behind Mookie Blaylock of Atlanta for the first time.
Absolutely, Dick. And the big thing was Brevin. A lot of people thought he'd be a backup here. But when Bobby Sura was injured early, he got all of the minutes and he did a great job.
Final shot of the third quarter does not go. And the Cleveland Cavaliers finishing the quarter on the run with a 12-3 run. And Shawn Kemp having another big game. 23 points and 7 rebounds. So after 3 here at Gund Arena, the Cavaliers lead the Pacers by a score of 65 to 61.
Now tonight, Henderson has done a terrific job on it. Another bad pass.
Tipped away Miller with Knight back. And taking it away is Derek Anderson with a great steal from Reggie Miller. Knight pulls up, blocked from behind by Antonio Davis. Wasn't aware where the big guy was. So now the Pacers get it back. It is still 65-61. And there is Jalen Rose with a reverse layup. We have played more than 2 minutes here in the fourth quarter, and we have not had any scoring.
And they're going to bring Ilgauskas. Screen and roll. Screen and spot up.
They go the other way to Person. Wesley Person hits a 3.
They need that.
He has all 3 trifectas for the Cleveland Cavaliers in this series, and he has been dormant maybe until now. A timeout early here in the fourth quarter with the Cavaliers boasting their biggest lead of the game, 68 to 61 for Mike Fratello.
Well, Mike is only playing 7 guys. Bobby Sura played 1 minute in the first half. In game 2, Sura did not play. They went with 7 guys, and basically tonight, that's what it's been. 7-man rotation.
Cavs by 3. And Person feeding Kemp. Great ball movement, but it was Wesley Person with the feed to Shawn Kemp, who has 25 points. High score in the game. Rick Smits with 24 leads the Pacers. Here's Reggie Miller with the catch and shot 3. That is the familiar stroke of Reggie Miller, and he's got 16.
That time the defender, he hesitated on that down screen. Reggie reads defenses as well as anyone playing the game.
And he can take over a game if you allow him to. Potapico uses his body for the lay-in, and the Cavaliers lead by 4 with 4 minutes gone by in the fourth.
When you go in the paint, you can count on Indiana rotating and picking you up. So when the man delivers the pass to you, you've got to send it down.
Here's Rick Smits, guarded by Potapico. They repost to Smits, double team with Person. Good ball movement, but Kemp stays with Reggie Miller. Shawn Kemp with good defense, rotated well to Reggie Miller, and here come the Cavaliers, up by 4. Wesley Person, and he missed the 3. Antonio Davis with the rebound. Indiana held serve, winning the first 2 games of the series. Cleveland trying to get back in it with a win at home tonight.
2-man game.
Knight doing a good job against Mark Jackson. Smith with another popper. Trevor Knight winds up with it with 5 minutes gone by here in the 4th quarter. Knight had a shot, passed it up.
Yeah, well, he's not confident in it, Dick. You know, he's not a guy that's going to force things. Now, if the clock was down, yes, he probably would have taken it.
7 on the shot clock, but Topico out gives it back tonight, guarded by Smith, and a bad pass in the middle and another turnover, but he gets it back because of his quickness.
Yeah, there it is. You got to watch here now that you don't go back over the half-court line.
Jackson gets the foul as he tried to jar the ball loose from behind.
You know, he's stepped out, he's taken the defensive centers away from the glass, and he's done a terrific job this evening.
Ilgauskas with Cedric Henderson and Sean Kemp up front, Wesley Person and Brevin Knight, the guards, are now Derek Anderson in there. Ilgauskas with the jumper now has 12. 3 players in double figures for the Cavs, who had only 2 coming into this series. Kemp with 25, Ilgauskas with 12, Anderson with 11. And turnover off the hands of Davis.
Yeah, Reggie never should have made the pass. The man that was getting the pass had already been bumped. You know, you always say, don't pass the ball to the guy in the post until he calls for it.
Pacers not quite as sharp tonight as they were in games 1 and 2. And they're going to call Antonio Davis with the foul on Kemp, and that will be 5 on Antonio Davis.
Well, he had me 1 time. They're 20 for 31, missing 11.
The lead, however, is 7 points, matching the biggest lead of the game for the Cavs with 5:20 remaining in the 4th. Jalen Rose.
Now Cleveland has Henderson on Mark Jackson now.
And that's the 4th guy to guard Mark Jackson. Yep. And there's a no-look pass to Jalen Rose, who hits a 3.
Now that's big.
Jalen Rose, who had not been shooting well in this game. And Mark Jackson now with 15 assists. And now they call Jackson with the foul. That'll be 3 on him.
And double team. They hit Ilgauskas. That's when he knocked down that jump shot. Plenty of time here.
Here's Kemp. Ducks underneath. Has it blocked by Rick Smith.
Yep, good block.
Loose ball, and here comes Mark Jackson out of the pack. The 4-on-2. Jalen Rose picked up quickly. Cavaliers got back on D. Here's Smith.
It was blocked.
Out of bounds. Indiana ball with 4:27 on the clock. Survival is on the line for the Cavaliers, and the Pacers looking to wrap it up. You don't want to give the team hope and lose and let them get back in. Miller, fall away. He's got it. Very tough shot by Reggie Miller.
That was a sensational curl off the left screen on the left side of the lane by Reggie Miller. And on the catch, a very difficult fadeaway angle to hit that shot.
5 straight points by Indiana.
Right. Whoa, what a shot. With the defender almost getting Lance in transition.
Now, the Pacers aren't the Bulls, but a team like this, a veteran team, knows how to win down the stretch. Here's Kemp. Turnaround by Kemp. Big basket. Big basket and a 4-point Cavalier lead. Under 4 minutes to go. Kemp with 27 matches his total in game 2. Jackson backing in against Brevin Knight. We've seen this many times. 5 on the shot clock. Jalen Rose tries to get it inside, and it's going to be Cleveland ball.
Good hand.
Yes.
Now, he's stunned a little bit here right now, but they need him to step up big and deliver the goods.
And those turnovers by Indiana are Cleveland numbers in the first 2 games. It's been different tonight. Wide open Brevin Knight with a jumper. He's got it. Kemp and Knight with 2 big jumpers and a 6-point lead with 3:20 to go, and Larry Bird wants a timeout.
Now, Sean Kemp put a very physical move on his defender to get open.
Looking to close out the Blazers. There is the game reset. Cleveland with a foul to give, and the timeout story. Winding down to 3 minutes remaining. Ilgauskas over the back, and that is 5 on Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
They're not taking him out. I mean, we only have 3 minutes to go here.
Here's Jackson working against Brevin Knight. Smith's open. And he's been doing that since the start of the game. Rick Smits with 26 points, and as you pointed out, most of those points coming from the perimeter.
Now, that was a breakdown, Dick, because two players, Ilgauskas being one of them, ran at the ball rotation and left Smits wide open.
Cavaliers lead by 4 with 2:37 to go. Kemp double team, loose ball, and they collapsed around Shawn Kemp, and why not? Here's Jalen Rose, scoops it up, and Ilgauskas comes in and just snares it away from the Indiana Pacers. Boy, that was a ferocious attack on the ball by Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
See, when they come at Kemp, they're coming hard. They're going like a walk.
Traveling call against Shawn Kemp.
Good call. He slid down in the lane. Yeah, but also what happens now is the physical contact gets much greater, and you know that they're going to allow more bumping now as we go home.
Cedric Henderson is on Mark Jackson. 9 on the shot clock. Anderson is on Rose. Smith setting a screen. Ilgauskas picks up Rose. And here's Jackson, fires a three. And the rebound by Derek Anderson.
Anderson and Henderson are doing a terrific job helping Kemp and Ilgauskas.
And remember, they're both rookies. Crowd on its feet. A 4-point Cleveland lead, getting close to a minute and a half. 10 on the shot clock. Brevin Knight in traffic. And the foul is called, and it'll be a shooting situation as the Pacers are over the limit. 26 points and 8 rebounds for Rick Smits, and he's fouled out.
Now, this is just a good move, and as Ilgauskas goes down inside, you can see Smits put the leg out to stop Brevin Knight. Now, during the course of the year, Knight was an 80% foul shooter.
He is 2 for 4 tonight. Critical free throws with 1:26 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Both teams are shooting the penalty.
Knight misses the second. It's 80-75. The Cavs by 5 with a minute and 20 seconds to go in the fourth. Indiana trying to close it out. The Cavaliers looking to stay alive. And Dale Davis on Jackson's great feed cuts the lead to 3.
That was beautiful. They used Reggie Miller as a decoy coming up the lane. And as Mark got down in there, that was just a pinpoint pass.
17 assists for Mark Jackson. They go into Kemp, and a foul against the Pacers. Dale Davis. And let's see, that's 5 on Dale Davis. Shawn Kemp, 7 of 8 from the line. As Hubie mentioned, if you go to the line 8 times, you're doing the job. He now has 28 points and 7 rebounds. He has played all but 4 minutes of this game, and he has carried this team on his massive shoulders tonight.
He's been very big. Main thing is, all throughout the series, Dick, he's making his foul shots at 88, 89%.
And that's why they got him from the Sonics. Reggie Miller misses a 3 out of bounds. Cavaliers ball with 52 seconds to go, up by 5, and the fans here can smell survival.
Yeah, you got to milk the clock a little bit right now. You have to take your time, run good continuity, what you're trying to get high percentage, or you want to get on the foul line. But the big thing is nobody's rushing here.
Cavaliers looking to extend the series to a Game 4 Thursday night here at Gund Arena. Here is Brevin Knight with 5 on the shot clock. Kemp will have to put it up from outside. He hits, and that may be the one that breaks the back to the Pacers tonight.
This is just a good step back. It was interesting because he checked the clock. He saw he's inside of 5 seconds.
It is an 84-77 Cleveland lead. Chris Mullin in the game will inbound.
Now, right now, you have to be careful of three-point shooting. So what you want to do with the Cavaliers is switch all the ball crosses. They have Mullin in there, so they have all three-point shooting.
Miller misses a 3, and the rebound taken down, and a foul on Person with 23 seconds to go.
Well, as we knew at the top, Mike Fratello was concerned. He was hoping to cut down on the turnovers. They did that, and by not turning it over, they took Indiana out of the transition fast break game that they were dominating. And also, they did a terrific job on the Indiana bench tonight.
Cleveland went to the line 37 times.
Consistent.
22 times more than the Pacers. Jalen Rose misses, and Knight gets the rebound, and now the clock will run out. And the Cleveland Cavaliers have won on their home court. They have survived to live another day. And the series now is 2-1 in favor of Indiana. And this crowd on its feet. Shawn Kemp with 31 points in 44 minutes. Unquestionably the hero for the Cavaliers tonight. The final score, the Cleveland Cavaliers 86, the Indiana Pacers 77, and this will be a big boost to the confidence of this young Cavalier team. And Brenda Knight and Melvin Knight, watching from the stands, finally have something to cheer about in this series. Let's go out now to Craig Sager.
Well, Sean, you were talking all night about how consistent you've been throughout the series. Dick just mentioned all but 4 minutes of the game. Are you tired after carrying the team on your back?
I feel pretty good. I'm a little tired, a little exhausted, but, you know, it's do or die tonight. You know, if we lose the game, we go home. So we're trying to keep things alive. Even though we're a young ball club, we're going to keep things alive. Can't make it too easy for Indiana. And I thought the guys all played well tonight as a team. I helped them a little bit, and it was a good game.
Not only the leader on the court, but you also spoke to your team, told them about the situation, your past experience with Seattle losing to Denver. What factor did that play?
But I think it challenged the guys is what it did. I challenged them to come back out and play tonight as Denver did to us a few years ago when I was back in Seattle. And I thought the guys, they came out and played the butts off.
You've been in the playoffs before, but never with 4 rookies. What's your impression of how they're maturing in the series?
Well, I think they're maturing fast, but I missed the glove a little bit, though. I tell you that. I missed the glove.
That, of course, is Gary Payton. Let's go back to Dick and Hubie.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. And so, sparked by Shawn Kemp's 31, the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Indiana Pacers 86-77, 2-1 Indiana lead. We'll be back with a final word in just a moment.